Valle del Sol honors Steve Macias with the Exemplary Leadership Award.
I grew up here in Phoenix. My parents were both born here in Phoenix, and so I have a vested interest in seeing Phoenix succeed. And so in terms of leading, I think you have to be active in the community. You have to be active in both the community social side. You have to be community active on the business side. When you first start out in business, you're trying to grab whatever straw you can. And the first opportunity I had was of a small manufacturing advisory board, and so I jumped at that thinking, oh boy, some of my customers are on that board. But that was 12 years ago. So as time goes on, you start to think, hey, you know what, I can actually have an impact on what we're doing here and what's going on in the community. My dad came back from World War II, and he was a metal worker here in town for 30-some years until he retired. He worked 2 jobs so that my siblings and I could all go to private school and then go on to college. So from him, I learned the value of hard work, that working 50 or 60 hours a week, if you have to, is you do it because you have to. When we first started, we were supplying primarily to the semiconductor industry right before the dot-com bubble burst. So that thing burst and virtually all of our customers disappeared. We had started doing a little bit of business with General Dynamics out in Scottsdale, and they had no reason in the world to want to do business with us because they knew we were struggling. For whatever reason, they gave us a chance, and that was probably the biggest moment that propelled us on and allowed us to be successful. Because truly, if they hadn't, I most likely wouldn't be here today, running a company. I'd be doing something else. There are a lot of people out there that do, 10 times. They're 10 times more active and 10 times more involved than the stuff I do. I mean, it's kind of like the old adage, 90% of success is just showing up. Sometimes I think I show up to the meetings. So I mean, it's great, and especially when you look at a group like Valle del Sol, it's very humbling. But I think it's fantastic, and I'll just have to put my nose to the grindstone and make sure I earn it.
Valle del Sol celebrates Steve Macias, honoring him with the Exemplary Leadership Award.